From the station working for you, this is Good Morning Indiana, streaming now.
30 more Hoosiers have access to the coronavirus vaccine. How the state is working to get every eligible person vaccinated.
Plus, retail pharmacies stepping in to speed up the COVID-19 vaccinations, what they're doing to help.
And Fishers residents are getting closer to meeting their goal of 2,000 acts of kindness. An update on their efforts and how you can help.
It is 4:30 here. Thanks for joining our team on Good Morning Indiana. I'm Lauren Casey.
And I'm Megan Shin. Let's take a look at the weather with, of course, Todd Clausen. Good morning, TK.
Hey, good morning, ladies. As you walk out the door here this morning, you're walking out the temperatures that are chilly, but not bad for January standards by any means. We should be running about 10 degrees colder for our overnight lows, and we're sitting in the 30s right now. 37 in Bloomington, 36 in Lafayette, 36 in Muncie. So obviously, you're going to need the jacket almost every day this month and for February, for that matter. But nonetheless, it could be a lot worse. Outside right now, skies are clear. You can see way off into the distance. We have no real issues for us weather-wise, and we'll start the day off with a little bit of sunshine here across the area, but the overall trend will be for the clouds to build in. With that said, though, even as the clouds start to come in, our temperatures today are going to be climbing up into the 40s. We have this little wedge of clearer skies that's out there right now. First the clouds come, and then by this evening, we're talking after sunset, there will be the potential for some light rain showers to move through. So increasing clouds this morning, temperatures in the 30s this morning, climbing up into the low 40s this afternoon. We'll talk more about the rain chances for this evening, Lauren, and then the snow chances for tomorrow coming up in just a little bit.
All right, Todd, thank you so much. Let's take a look at your commute this morning. Here's a live look from our INDOT traffic camera, I-65 and 30th Street. You can see traffic there is traveling smoothly, no delays to slow you down. It's pretty quiet heading in and out of downtown at this early hour. So here at 432, we are learning more about the state's efforts to expand vaccine access to more Hoosiers.
That's right, Lauren. Right now, state leaders say the focus is on those most vulnerable. As of Wednesday, Hoosiers 70 and older can now sign up to receive their COVID-19 vaccine. That's because this age group accounts for just under 80% of our COVID-19 deaths and about 40% of hospitalizations. To help, the state is partnering with CVS and Walgreens to provide mobile vaccine clinics.
The goal really is to get vaccines to the most vulnerable Hoosiers in the location where they're at. As a state, we ask the pharmacy chains to prioritize skilled nursing facilities first. This is because of the large number of outbreaks in these facilities and the disproportionate impact on deaths that these settings have had.
So far, 11,000 nursing home residents have received their first dose of the vaccine. That's in addition to 5,000 nursing home staff. State leaders say every Hoosier in a skilled living facility should receive their first shot by the first week of February. The next priority group is those living in assisted living facilities.
And working for you, we wanted to find out when other essential workers like teachers and grocery store workers would be able to get their vaccines. Here's what state leaders had to say.
We took this, nothing's changed about our not so one-size-fits-all approach, but we are moving forward with addressing the most at-risk population in the state of Indiana and working back from that. We're still in, going through 1A, 1B before we get to 2, but we don't, Brandon, to your point about picking groups, I mentioned a few weeks ago, I've got over 104 letters who are, your words, risking their lives working. We're trying to get to everyone as fast as we can, but we're starting with the most at risk of death and of being hospitalized.
So far, 40,000 people are fully vaccinated in our state. Nearly 220,000 first doses have been given, and 455,000 Hoosiers are scheduled to be vaccinated by the end of this month. If you're eligible to get the vaccine now, you can register by going to ourshot.in.gov or by calling 211. You can also still get tested for COVID for free. Just register at coronavirus.in.gov, or you can call 888-634-1116.
Lauren, pharmacies across the country are stepping up to help speed up vaccine distributions. They say they will be able to administer up to 100 million doses of the coronavirus vaccine each month. That's according to the president and CEO of National Association of Chain Drug Stores. In a statement, he said the estimated number is a conservative assumption. He also said vaccinations can be administered only when pharmacies receive enough doses. The association represents about 40,000 pharmacies. Those include big chains like CVS, Walmart, and Walgreens. And this morning, there's big news from Johnson & Johnson. The company says early stage trials show its COVID-19 vaccine creates an immune response in nearly all volunteers. The company also said there were minimal side effects after just one dose. Phase 3 trials will determine how well it protects people from coronavirus. More details and results are expected to come out in later months. Johnson & Johnson plans to apply for FDA authorization not long after that.
At 4:35, big news from the Pacers. The team is parting ways with All-Star guard Victor Oladipo. Neither Oladipo or the team have said anything publicly yet, but ESPN is reporting that the Pacers traded the 28-year-old to the Houston Rockets as part of a 4-team deal. The Pacers acquired guard Karis LeVert from the Brooklyn Nets. A couple of months ago, reports of Oladipo wanting out of Indiana surfaced. He's set to be a free agent at the end of this season.
And former Colts head coach Chuck Pagano is retiring from football. He announced the decision yesterday. The team tweeted out this message. You can see it there on the screen. Pagano was the Colts head coach from 2012 to 2017. He led the team to the AFC Championship game in 2014. Pagano will most notably be remembered for his battle with leukemia during his first season as a Colts head coach. Pagano spent the last 2 seasons as the Bears defensive coordinator.
And Fishers residents are still working together to spread kindness across their community. The goal is to commit 2,000 acts of kindness by Martin Luther King Jr. Day, which is next Monday, January 18th. From collecting notes of encouragement and delivering them to frontline hospital workers to putting out snacks for delivery drivers, Fishers residents have completed more than 1,300 acts of kindness. Every act receives one in return. The city purchased $100,000 worth of gift cards to locally owned restaurants. Every resident that completes an act of kindness is eligible to receive a $50 gift card.
I love that, paying it forward. Well, a historic first as President Trump is impeached for a second time. Straight ahead, what's next for the process?
And another business has committed to a new development in the town of Speedway. Up next, the details on what's being built now. Todd?
And Lauren, we're dealing with some clear skies right now across the entire state of Indiana. But off to our west, you see the clouds and also some rain showers. Both of the clouds and the showers are heading in our direction for later on today. We'll have the timeline and talk about a transition to more of a winter-like pattern once again for the weekend coming up when Good Morning Indiana continues right here on WRTV.
Welcome back. Time now is 4:40. A historic first in Washington. On Wednesday, the House impeached President Trump.
He's the first president in U.S. history to be impeached twice. Exactly 1 week after the deadly siege on the Capitol, a bipartisan majority in the House impeached President Trump on one count, inciting insurrection. Unlike President Trump's first impeachment in 2019, a handful of Republicans voted with Democrats to impeach. Still, some said that this move will do more harm than good.
With a heavy heart and clear resolve, I will vote yes on these articles of impeachment.
A vote to impeach will further fan the flames of partisan division.
So what's next? Well, the Senate must hold a trial, but that will most likely not happen until the early days of the Biden administration. And that's because the Senate is out of session until next Tuesday, and Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell has said he will not call back senators early. And President-elect Joe Biden issued a statement last night in reaction to President Trump's impeachment.
Lauren, while he did not take a position, he did blame the president for inciting last week's riot at the Capitol. In his statement, Biden wrote he hopes the Senate will not be too distracted by the impeachment process to carry out their legislative duties. He also pointed out that he will nominate cabinet members shortly who will require Senate confirmations. Biden's comments followed a video statement from President Trump. The president did not directly address the impeachment, but he did condemn last week's violence and called for peace during the inauguration.
I unequivocally condemn the violence that we saw last week. Violence and vandalism have absolutely no place in our country and no place in our movement. Today I am calling on all Americans to overcome the passions of the moment and join together as one American people. Let us choose to move forward united for the good of our families, our communities, and our country.
The president also said anyone found to have been involved in last week's attack will be brought to justice.
And tensions remain high following last week's attack on the Capitol. And as we look ahead to next week's inauguration of President-elect Joe Biden, officials in Washington, D.C. are preparing for any potential terror threats. The FBI has warned of possible armed attacks in all 50 state capitals. More than 20,000 National Guard troops are expected to keep D.C. secure as President-elect Joe Biden is sworn into office. That's more than triple the number of active duty U.S. troops located in Afghanistan, Iraq, and Syria combined. Indiana will deploy 625 troops to the nation's capital. Guard members will be there from Saturday through next Friday, the 22nd.
Back here at home, we're learning more about safety precautions state authorities are taking ahead of potential protests. The state police superintendent addressed concerns Wednesday. Here's what he had to say.
It will be all hands on deck, I can assure you. We have a very strong relationship with the Indiana National Guard, with the Department of Homeland Security, both at the state level and the federal level, federal agencies. Many meetings have occurred with the IMPD, with our intelligence folks, and I think we're well positioned. But it's certainly my hope that what we do have positioned doesn't have to be visible.
We also reached out to William Foley with IUPUI's perspective. He worked for the Department of Homeland Security and Department of Defense. He says intelligence is key.
There's 8 signs of a terrorist event, but the really thing what you're looking for is you're looking for threat, intent, and capability. You win these battles with intelligence, and intelligence basically comes from 3 levels: federal, regional, and local.
State Police, IMPD, and the National Guard declined our interview requests. They released statements which you can read in full on WRTV.com and on the WRTV app. Time now is 4:44. Let's get a look at weather with Todd Clausen.
All right, nice quiet start to our morning here across central Indiana. That's the good news as we push forward here throughout the work week to Thursday morning. And visibility not an issue this morning. Skies are partly cloudy. Just a little bit of a chill in the air, but honestly not too bad by January standards, as right now we are sitting at 34 degrees. Our average high for this time of year is right around 35 to 36. So when you're near your average high at 4:45 in the morning, you're in pretty good shape, and we will warm today. That's the good news. Feels a little cooler when you factor in the wind. 27 is the wind chill value here in Indianapolis, and everybody's in the 30s this morning. 37 in Bloomington, 32 in Richmond, 36 in Lafayette, and 35 from Crawfordsville as you work your way down into the Greencastle area. Going forward throughout the day today will be the last day with temperatures in the 40s, at least for a little while, and the above normal temperatures will come to an end with the passage of a front later on this evening. So even though today won't be the brightest day in the afternoon, I do think we have some sunshine here to start our day. The overall trend will be for the skies to become mostly cloudy, but temperatures will still be able to get up into the mid 40s for your afternoon high. So that is certainly good news if you have plans. Maybe we'll get out for a walk or a run here this afternoon. Here are the clear skies. We had a few snow showers overnight in some northern and eastern locations. Next storm system, not very well organized here off to our west. We'll bring the cloud cover into our area and eventually a few rain showers as well. I want to jump ahead for you to TrueCast here. We are at 5 o'clock this evening. There could be a sprinkle before sunset, but it's really after sunset that we'll start to bring these rain showers in. By 9 o'clock, those rain showers are moving into western locations, and then this band of rain kind of falls apart as it goes through the state. By midnight, we're looking at rain showers on the far eastern side of the state. That will usher in colder temperatures, though. And as we work our way throughout the day on Friday, we're going to be dealing with these snow showers. They're going to be pretty spotty, so it's not a widespread snow that's going to be taking place, but that actually makes it a little more tricky if you're driving, because you'll be driving, especially on the interstates, at higher rates of speed, and all of a sudden you get into one of these snow showers. I think the biggest issue, even on top of potential accumulation, will be reduced visibility. Some of these snow showers could be a little potent, quickly reduce visibility, especially at those higher speeds, so just give yourself a little bit of extra time. And then then they'll kind of fade away as we get into sunset, as we work our way into the day on Friday evening, and then eventually on Saturday there's still a few snow showers, but we're talking about an inch or less of accumulation. So that's why I think visibility is the bigger issue, but definitely more of a winter-like pattern over the weekend, Lauren, and temperatures stay in the 30s Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of next week.
All right, Todd, thank you so much. Let's take a look right now at your commute. This is I-465 here and I-69 up on the northeast side. There's some scheduled road work on one of the ramps at I-465 and I-69. It's looking like they may be clearing that a little early. It's scheduled to go until 6 a.m. this morning, so just be aware of that as you're traveling out the door this morning. Right now around central Indiana, no crashes or issues to slow down your commute, but of course I'll keep you updated.
Thank you, Lauren. Well, hiring Hoosiers is our commitment to keep you informed about job opportunities. And today, Chipotle Mexican Grill is holding a national hiring event. Their goal is to hire 15,000 new employees nationwide. All Chipotle restaurants will be conducting open interviews from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. and once again from 2 until 5 p.m. You're asked to register online first to reserve an interview time. A link to do that can be found on the People of Chipotle on Instagram. Interviews will follow COVID-19 protocols, including social distancing and masks.
Well, another business has committed to a new development here in the town of Speedway. A new Aldi grocery store will be built in Founders Square development. This is a 25-acre area on the western edge of Speedway at I-465 and Crawfordsville Road and High School roads. Aldi joins previously announced commitments at the site from Hampton Inn for a hotel and conference center and a crew car wash. Construction on the new Aldi is set to start next month with an opening targeted for this summer.
The pandemic has taken a toll on many restaurants and businesses, but there are also still many success stories. We're Open Indy's WRTV's effort to highlight places that are still open to serve you. And Wednesday marked the official grand opening of a second I Heart Mac and Cheese location in central Indiana. The original is located in Westfield, and now this latest addition is on 10th Street and Indiana Avenue. That's just down the street from IUPUI. Owners Elizabeth and Matthew Griffin say expanding during a pandemic sends a message to the community.
Small business is still alive. I mean, small business thrives. Small business keeps the community, the country going, and you know, we're in it for the long haul.
The Indy Chamber of Commerce marked the occasion with a ribbon cutting. Here's what they had to say.
Obviously, small business is trying to get back to business. They're hurting right now, but the energy level associated with entrepreneurs and a startup such as this is really good for the community. It's good for business, and everyone wins.
The first person in line got a year's worth of free mac and cheese from the restaurant. That lucky guy waited 6 hours to be the winner.
I love mac and cheese, and so does my girlfriend, and my friends do too. So just having it for a year, I mean, not having to pay for it, that's great.
Great meeting all of them, and this business is already giving back to the community. 10% of all proceeds from Wednesday's sales go towards a foundation for Riley Hospital for Children at IU Health. And the owner has also hired 26 new employees. They still need to hire more. To contact the I Heart Mac and Cheese owners, go to our website, WRTV.com.
A Spacex capsule is back on Earth, and it brought along some interesting cargo. Up next, why astronauts and winemakers are over the moon for the capsule's return.
And Hamilton County is hoping to boost business with a new campaign. Coming up all new at 5, our Kelsey Anderson shows us how you can enjoy some good food while supporting local restaurants.
With billions of probiotics.
Welcome back. The time right now is 4:55. We're monitoring some construction on the ramp on I-465 and I-69. It's sounding like they're clearing this early. It was scheduled to stay closed until 6 a.m., but it looks like traffic in the area on the northeast side is traveling up to speed. No crashes on the roads at this hour to slow you down. So SpaceX's Dragon capsule is back on Earth, and Megan, it had a really unusual cargo load.
Oh yeah, the capsule splashed down last night, Lauren, and it's carrying about 12 bottles of wine and 300 320 grapevines. It turns out European startup named Space Cargo Unlimited had them launched into space. The wine and grapes were part of an experiment. They wanted to see how microgravity and higher radiation exposure affects it. Researchers believe this study could unlock the future of agriculture amid climate change on Earth. And some of the bottles will be open for an exclusive private party tasting. Ooh, I would try it.
I would definitely try it. I feel like that would be an expensive tasting. This wine has a little, some notes from space dust. I don't know.
What do you think, Todd?
I agree. It's probably not cheap, but it'd probably be pretty good and fun, right? All right. Mostly cloudy skies today after a little bit of sunshine this morning. Temperatures still in the mid-40s. That is the good news. But then we transition back into a cooler weather pattern with temperatures in the 30s. Not drastically cold and not totally abnormal for this time of year, just colder than what we've seen the past 2 days. Some rain showers late tonight, then rain and snow showers tomorrow, some minor accumulation possible, and then a few flurries and showers, snow showers over the weekend, but again, nothing major. And then as we enter next week, temperatures will still be in the 30s on Monday and Tuesday, and then potentially another storm system to watch as we get towards the middle to end of next week. The time now is 4:56. You're watching Good Morning Indiana right here on WRTV. Stay with us. Raphael joins the ladies and I coming up in just a few minutes.